everybody and a very warm welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing with you how am I going to apply henna on my hair, and this is going to be after a very long time. The entire winters have gone and because of the lockdown I could not do that. So today I am applying henna on my hair and my hair are going to be absolutely happy because of that. Because it is like wonderfully well, it is like everything for my hair. Like everybody asks me that your hair are exhibiting colors and it is like really shady and really, it is exhibiting different colors and different lights. So it is all because of henna. I have had like really bad hair initially. That my hair were like literally golden brownish color and the texture was really bad. And once I started using henna, everything changed. Everything absolutely changed. My scalp is absolutely healthy. It is not having any dandruff because of any of the weathers or conditions or air quality or anything. So it is all because of henna, I would say, because I do so many things for my hair for sure. But the only ingredient that is like magic for my hair is absolutely henna. Because henna does everything like conditioning, coloring, then is your dandruff, curing dandruff for my hair if at all I gets in the winter timings or anything of that sort. So every possible problems, even for the split ends, I would say. Because when I apply henna, it is like working on the entire strand. So even for split ends, henna is like everything for my hair. So what is henna? Henna is a dye which is prepared from a plant called lawson. So it has different names in different countries. So for example, in Sanskrit it is called Mehndika, in Hindi it is called Mehendi, in Arabic languages it is called henna or henna. So whatever is the name, it is like wonderful remedy for the hair and every possible problem you might be having. So the henna plant is like full of lawson molecules, which is the most important dye that actually stains and colors things. So that particular lawson molecule is abundant in the leaves of the plant, right? So because of being abundant in the leaves are the things that is like really dried, and then the powder which is made, it is not out of stem or anything, but it is out of the leaves of the plant. So the leaves of the plant are first dried and then changed into powder, and then it is traded, and most importantly that's the only way you can keep it for a very long period of time. Like you can keep powdered henna in like for years. So because dehydration is a wonderful way of preservation, dehydrated leaves of the henna can be like changed into powder and kept for years, and it will not change its texture, consistency or any sort of the ability of staining things. Absolutely not. So dehydration is one of the most important things for it to be traded as well. Like it is very convenient for henna to be traded in the powdered form as compared to leaves or any other form, mashed. If the leaves are mashed, it is going to be a paste and it is going to be very difficult to transfer that. Also dehydrated, it is preserved of its qualities and can be used for a very long period of time. So henna stains the skin like wonderfully and beautifully well. Because of that, it is one of the most important traditional tool in the Indian and Pakistani and Arabic nations. It is a wonderful way people stain their hands with the henna, making beautiful, wonderful designs onto it. And in all the possible ways of celebrations. So henna has a very special place in the Indian culture. For example, in the weddings, the bride has to put henna onto her hands and onto her feet because it is a very beautiful and important tradition. The bride has to do like 16 things which she has to do, and how colorful our wedding and how colorful the bride is. So out of the 16 most important things that the bride has to do, one of the thing is putting henna onto your hands and feet. Henna is absolutely wonderful if it is mixed with certain more things. Now it is like adding more colors to henna. More colors means not literally, you do not get any other color apart from the oranges to darker shade. But yes, adding to its qualities and properties altogether, there are certain things that you can do for your henna. That would be like you can boil water, tea leaves into the water and strain it and put that water into the henna. Henna itself is a beautiful conditioner, but putting a few little, things into it, it just adds up to it. Another thing could be coffee powder, or you can put gooseberry powder as well. Amla powder, that is called. You can put that also into your henna, and it will give you absolutely darker shade. Like if you do not like that, maroonish shade, that burgundy shade for your hair, there are people who like darker shades like brown or black or things like those. So for those people, it would be wonderful if you put in gooseberry powder into it, and you will have that darker shade that you would really like for your hair. So coming to how do I prepare my henna, I have done a detailed video about how I prepare my henna that I put on my hair. But because of the lockdown scenario, I don't have things with me. So this is absolutely only henna with me right now. This is the one available to me in the market these days. That is the Neha Herbal. And I have put that henna in a iron utensil. You can use any iron utensil. I had an iron kadhai, we call it kadhai, and I have put my henna into it and I have soaked it overnight, and today it is looking something like this. So here you can see this is the natural color of the henna, this one, and I have put it overnight in a iron kadhai, like the iron utensil, any iron utensil you can use. And once it is like soaked for overnight, you can see it has turned black from the edges. Now once I mix this portion, I'll show it to you over here. See how darkened it has become. If you do it in any other utensil, like in some steel or something, you will not receive this darker shade that I have received over here because of the iron kadhai, because of the iron utensil that you'll be using, right? So this is the consistency that I'll be putting into my hair, and which is like workable. You can make it like on a thicker side, but it should not be any thinner than this, right? So if I mix it, it gives a beautiful blend. You can have a look how wonderful it is looking. So I'll be mixing it thoroughly and then I'll be putting it on my hair. So you can just have a look. The spoon had a little bit of henna on it, and I used the spoon. You can see to the concentration of the beautiful orange color that I have derived only by touching the henna for a very short span. So this is the color you get initially, but once you let it be, like in a day or two maybe, it turns out to be absolutely maroonish and very dark in color and very, very beautiful. So it is not mandatory that you put it into an iron kadhai or something, but it is like better, that's all. So you can do it in any utensil you have, a glass container or maybe a steel container or any sort of container you have. You can do it in that, but adding iron to it is like another level altogether for the henna. But if you don't want to go to the another level, you can just do it with the henna itself in whichever container you are comfortable.